The Philippine Textile Research Institute is the lead agency for textiles. We are an agency under the Department of Science and Technology. We are not just a research and development institution. It is, of course, the core of what we do. Our focus has really been largely on natural textile fibers as well as natural dyes. These are what we consider our flagship programs. Mainly that is because we are very rich in terms of these natural resources. The Philippines, first of all, is 70% agricultural. So we have a lot of textile materials that are grown in the country. So ang focus natin is to be able to convert natural textile materials into textile fabrics that can be used by our own people. Aside from that, there is this whole environmental consideration. The whole world is pegged at ecological balance and keeping that balance in order. So we are looking at technologies that can assist, can help. They are climate neutral, if not climate positive technologies. Essentially, we want to make use of this abundance in our own natural resources, convert them into globally competitive products, and be able to assist or to aid in this conservation of the environment and the ecological system. Many things have happened over the course of the textile history such that we have not really been able to generate our own textile capacity. I'll give you a very concrete example. The Philippine Tropical Fabric Law is a law that has been there for the last 8 years, but it has not found much teeth because there is no supply. In particular, it requires, in fact, it mandates that all government employees, about 1.4, 1.5 million, should be dressed or should be using Philippine tropical fabric materials for their uniform requirements. That's a fantastic revenue stream. No? You already have a captured market, but this cannot be taken the most advantage of because there's no supply. There is no supply because there are no spun yarns. There are no spun yarns because we do not have the ability to now convert these very natural textile materials available to us into yarns that can be used in the weaving process. We have been importing more than we're producing what we need. And so we would like to reverse that idea. So our solution is Go Micro. What does micro mean? It means that we are going to provide an ecosystem. Take a look at a region that has a lot of pineapple, a lot of banana, and they have some cotton being produced. I'm looking, for example, at our first micro spinning facility, which will be opened in Iloilo towards the 3rd or 4th quarter of 2018. They will now be able to produce their own spun yarns that can be used by the handloom weaving communities of not just Iloilo but the entire Panay Island group, which has a very robust spinning or weaving community. It can also be sent to other parts of the country. And in this instance, you're actually using an integrated concept where the source of raw material is where you will transform it into another product that will be transformed into yet another product. So you will have your fiber, your yarn, your fabric that is woven there. It could be dyed in also the natural process in the very community. And I'm sure our own social entrepreneurs from those areas, the designers that are in those areas, the fashion enthusiasts in those areas can make very good use of the very product that is produced in their provinces, in their regions. So it will enable an ecosystem. This is what we're calling as a Tela Pilipinas model. It's an integrated approach towards production of a product in a localized or regionalized ability or concept. So in the Tela Pilipinas model, we have within a 150 kilometer radius everything you need to be able to produce the end product. So you will have your micro-scale spinning facility. This is where you will have some cotton production. This is where your abaca comes from. You have some pineapple leaves that are available in the community, in the area. You have natural dye sources. You have weaving communities, sewing pods or sewing hubs, or even knitting facilities. In addition to that, part of the Tela Pilipinas model, which I think part of the beauty of this particular model, is that we are engaging what we call the state, university, and college, the academic community. Research and development cannot just be happening in the big cities or the big national capital region. It has to really be deployed in the SUCs. They have the capability, they have the talent, they have the courses. So we would like to be able to enable a textile technology course offering in various parts of the country, because if you do not have the human resource complement, you cannot grow. This is born out of people's aspirations, and we cannot have these aspirations become realities if no one is there to produce it or to engage the research and development. Everything you need to be able to come up with a fashion piece or a mainstream fabric for use of government employees, for use of public school officials, the teachers, the students. That to us already is very strong. If you have thousands of students wearing the same material done by the community, you will have a very robust economic sector going on. You don't need to come out or to go away, or it's there. So this is what we're hoping to be a model that can be duplicated in various parts of the country.
Gumagawa po kaming research ng mga halaman na meron siyang fiber na pwedeng gawing tela. Katulad po nitong hawak ko ay pineapple leaves. Ang pineapple leaves na po na to, ay ito po yung mga pineapple na kino-consider natin na mga waste material o di na ginagamit pagkatapos na harvestin yung pineapple fruit. So ito po, ginagawa namin ng paraan para magamit siya at makatulong sa environmental concern dahil ito pag nabulok, nag-a-add sa methane gases na nagiging pollutant siya. So unang proseso po ang gagawin namin dito ay yung kukunin namin yung fiber nitong leaves. Sinasalang po namin siya sa isang machine, yung tinatawag naming decorticator. So pagka-decorticate po, ang kalalabasan po na material ay ito na po siya. So para makagamit po natin siya as suiting material, so yung ginagamit natin sa damit, kailangan po natin siyang idigam o linisin siya para lumabas po yung mga individual fiber. Ang kalalabasan po niya ay ito na po, maputi na po siya. Pero ito po dahil mahaba siya, kailangan po natin siyang putol-putulin para umakma dun sa mga makinang pagsasalangan natin. After po nung blending, tinatawag namin, dadalhin na po siya sa paggawa ng sinulid. At pagkatapos po na makagawa tayo ng sinulid, ang susunod na process po ay yung pag-convert o paggawa ng fabric. Ngayon po, kung gusto po natin siyang kulayan, dadaan po siya sa additional process na tinatawag namin finishing. Doon po pwede natin siyang lagyan ng kulay, lagyan ng print.
When you say natural dyes, these are actually dyes or colorants that comes from natural origins, such as plants, animals, or minerals. But for PTRI, what we did study on are on dye-yielding plants. So basically, the source of the natural dyes are from plants, from leaves or barks, seeds, rhizomes, and so on. There are actually available plants that can be used, available in our households that can be used for natural dyes, such as mayana, which is an ornamental plant. And then we can also use sampalok or guava as source of natural dyes. If you use natural dyes, it's environment friendly, since the material used are degradable. There's no need for chemical treatment for the discharge of this natural dyes before or after using it. Since natural dyeing is already a tradition in the Philippines, we're actually preserving the tradition of natural dyes. Another advantage is the source of natural dyes can be waste materials. Say for example, the coconut husk. So of course, after you have gotten the buko juice or the flesh of the coconut, you can use the coconut husk to produce pink or old rose color, and as well as the coffee pulp. So it's actually a waste material in coffee bean processing, and it can be a source of natural dye. The performance of natural dyes is at par with that of the synthetic. So basically, it's a better option for synthetic dyeing.
The Philippines right now is a hotbed. We have so many very green conscious consumers. There is a community of consumers who are very concerned about what they eat, what they wear, the source of what they eat, the source of what they wear, whether it's fairly traded. And we have so many young social entrepreneurs. They're really people to be very proud of. So we want to be able to support them very actively. And you will see that they have really gone from niche to mainstream, which is really our battle cry in a sense. This is the conversion of our lab to fab. Lab to fab is from the laboratory of research and development to fab, which is fabric applications and beyond. And that is simply niche to mainstream. For the future, I would like to see more Filipinos using more Philippine-made fabrics. So if you can do 50% of our national, population, that's fantastic, because you already have your internal economy, and then you have 622 million people in ASEAN. ASEAN is one economic community. If we can first of all use what we produce and produce what we use, we'll be very happy. For us, it is our town, our product. This is really the concept behind also Tela Pilipinas. It's our town, our product. You take much pride. There's a lot of ownership. There's a lot of sense of belonging. That's what we would like to see happen.